Is there anything more draining than growing older? Getting up 2, 3, or even 4 times in the middle of the night only to go to the restroom. Not only is it irritating, but it also depletes your energy, mood, and sleep. And that has become the new normal for a lot of folks over 60. No one informs you, however, that frequent nighttime urination, or nocturia as doctors refer to it, is not a natural aspect of aging. Your body is sending you a signal, a soft murmur, that something inside of you needs your assistance. Indeed, more than 70% of persons over 60 have nocturia, according to research published in the Journal of Urology. However, very few people ever experience true relief. Why? The majority of people are unaware that eating the correct veggies will naturally soothe your bladder, lower inflammation, and enable you to sleep through the night. What's the best part? These foods aren't uncommon or strange. You can buy these straightforward, unassuming vegetables at almost any local market. However, not every vegetable has the same benefit. Few actually provide the body with the necessary support, particularly during night. The 3 most effective veggies to assist your bladder and your body rest at night will be discussed in today's video. You'll discover why each one works so well, how to eat them properly, and even some warning signs based on your individual health status. Keep reading because you might be surprised by the 3rd vegetable, particularly if you've been struggling with blood sugar issues or swelling. Please take a moment to hit the subscribe button, post a comment below, and become a member of the Health 365 community if you have ever found our channel useful. Perhaps your tale is just what someone else needs to hear right now. Now let's begin with the first vegetable on our journey back to peaceful, uninterrupted sleep. You might think of cucumber as just a crunchy side on your plate, maybe something you dip in hummus or toss into a salad. But when it comes to calming your bladder and helping you stay asleep through the night, this simple green vegetable is surprisingly powerful. Most people assume cucumbers are just made of water. And that's partly true, about 95% of a cucumber is water. But here's where it gets interesting, that water isn't just ordinary water. It's structured in a way that helps flush your kidneys during the day, while reducing fluid retention in the evening. That means your body makes better use of hydration earlier in the day, instead of processing it late at night when you're trying to sleep. This alone can help reduce the pressure on your bladder while you're lying down, especially if you eat cucumber earlier in the day, like at lunch or an early dinner. But that's just the beginning. Cucumbers are also packed with a plant compound called cucurbitacin. Researchers writing in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences have explored its anti-inflammatory effects, particularly in bladder and prostate tissues. And for men over 60, this matters a lot. When the prostate becomes even slightly enlarged, a common condition called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH, it can press against the urethra. That pressure makes you feel like you need to pee more often, yet when you go, the stream may be weak or feel incomplete. Cucumbers help ease that inflammation and gently relax the bladder wall, giving you better control and reducing those frustrating nighttime trips to the bathroom. Women benefit from cucumbers too. As estrogen levels decline after menopause, the bladder lining can become more sensitive, leading to sudden urges and nighttime wake-ups. Cucumbers, with their hydrating minerals, especially potassium and magnesium, help soothe the nerves and stabilize muscle contractions in the urinary tract. This means fewer misfires in the middle of the night and a calmer, more stable bladder overall. A common concern I hear from seniors is, I already avoid drinking water in the evening, but I'm still waking up at night. That's because it's not just how much liquid you drink, it's also what kind of food you're eating. Some foods help the body retain water, while others help it let go. Eating cucumbers as part of a light dinner helps your body naturally release excess fluid before bed, rather than holding onto it and releasing it in the middle of the night. There is one thing to watch out for: pickled cucumbers. Yes, they're tasty, especially in sandwiches or with rice. But pickles are often high in sodium, which causes your body to hold onto water, not release it. That can actually make nighttime urination worse. So, stick with fresh cucumbers. Peel them, slice them thin, and toss them with a bit of lemon juice and olive oil for a delicious and bladder-friendly side. Try eating them at least 3 to 4 hours before bedtime for the best effect. If cucumber brings relief by cooling and hydrating the bladder, the next vegetable works even deeper, restoring control over the muscles of the bladder from the inside out. Let's talk about spinach. Let me now tell something that a lot of people don't notice. The bladder itself is not necessarily the source of frequent midnight urination. Sometimes the communication between your muscles and neurological system is the issue. No amount of water restriction or nightly routine will assist if the nerve impulses that control the bladder are firing too frequently or too early. At this point, spinach becomes crucial. It's not only about Popeye's strength. Spinach is a powerful advocate for proper neuron function and a natural bladder muscle stabilizer. Spinach is one of the richest vegetable sources of magnesium. This quiet mineral does hundreds of essential tasks in the body. One of the most important: regulating muscle function and nerve communication. Your bladder is a muscle. It needs to contract and relax in a balanced rhythm to hold and release urine. When magnesium levels are low, which is very common among older adults, the bladder can become overactive, sending out signals to urinate even when it's not full. That's what causes those urgent, unexpected bathroom trips that wake you from a deep sleep. A study published in the journal Neurourology and Urodynamics found that older adults with higher magnesium intake experienced significantly fewer nighttime bathroom visits. And yet, more than half of adults over 60 don't get enough magnesium. Why? Many avoid leafy greens, especially in the evening, thinking they're hard to digest or might cause bloating. But spinach, when lightly sautéed or steamed, becomes gentle on the stomach while keeping its nutrients intact. Add just a small amount of olive oil and garlic, and you've got a side dish that doesn't just taste great, it helps calm your bladder and your nervous system. Spinach has another secret weapon, a compound called betaine. This nutrient helps reduce levels of homocysteine, an inflammation marker linked to kidney stress and cardiovascular strain. By lowering this marker, spinach indirectly supports your kidneys so they can do their job more efficiently while you sleep. And for those managing blood sugar, spinach offers even more benefits. It's extremely low on the glycemic index, which means it won't spike your blood sugar or cause a crash later. That's important because blood sugar dips can also trigger nocturia, a fact many people overlook. If you've had kidney stones, especially oxalate-based ones, it's wise to talk to your doctor before eating a lot of spinach, since it's high in oxalates. Cooking reduces the oxalate content, but moderation is still important. For most people, though, adding just half a cup of steamed spinach to your dinner is an easy, natural way to calm your bladder, relax your nervous system, and support deeper, more restful sleep. Now, if spinach strengthens your internal balance, the third vegetable works like a gentle rinse, removing what your body no longer needs without overstimulating the bladder at night. That vegetable is zucchini. Zucchini may not be the most glamorous veggie, but don't underestimate its power. Especially for adults over 60, zucchini acts as what I call a smart hydrator. It contains a high level of water, yes, but unlike other watery vegetables that overwhelm your system with fluid all at once, zucchini releases its moisture gradually. It delivers hydration alongside key electrolytes that help your body decide when and where to release fluid. This smart hydration puts less strain on your bladder at night and helps you stay asleep longer. The real benefit of zucchini, though, is in its fiber, specifically, soluble fiber. This type of fiber slows down digestion and helps balance blood sugar levels. Why is that important? If your blood sugar is unsteady, your kidneys may respond by flushing out excess sugar through urine. And when does this often happen? At night. Zucchini helps slow down sugar absorption, which reduces the signal to urinate overnight. That's especially helpful for those managing pre-diabetes, diabetes, or even mild insulin resistance. A 2020 study in the journal Nutrients found that diets rich in soluble fiber helped reduce fasting blood sugar and nighttime urinary frequency in older adults with metabolic syndrome. In simpler terms, eat more zucchini, and you may wake up less often to pee. There's more. Zucchini is also a good source of vitamin B6, which plays a key role in regulating your circadian rhythm. That's your body's internal clock, the system that tells you when to feel sleepy, when to wake up, and even when to urinate. When B6 levels are low, this clock can fall out of sync. Your kidneys might become more active at night than they should be. Zucchini helps bring that rhythm back into balance. Plus, zucchini is very easy to digest. If you've been avoiding vegetables at night because they make you feel bloated or uncomfortable, zucchini is a gentle option. You can steam it, roast it, or mash it with herbs and olive oil. It's soft, satisfying, and bladder friendly. Just one thing to note, if you have low blood pressure, zucchini's natural potassium may lower it slightly more. A sprinkle of sea salt can help balance that out, and eating it earlier in the evening is usually best. Now that you've learned what these 3 vegetables can do, let's take a moment to wrap things up and leave you with something to carry into tonight. Sometimes, it's the smallest shifts, the simplest habits, that lead to the biggest results. A few slices of cucumber at lunch. A little spinach with dinner. A side of zucchini in the evening. No medications. No complex routines. Just real, healing food, gently supporting your body as it works to restore itself. I hope today's video offered you some hope if you've been having trouble with those nightly bathroom visits and feel like your sleep is being snatched one trip at a time. While there is still time, you can finally get a good night's sleep. You may awaken with renewed vitality and vigor. Offering your body tiny acts of care every day and allowing those decisions to grow into something bigger is more important than being flawless. So tonight, as you prepare your meal, maybe try adding just one of these vegetables. See how your body responds. If it helps even a little, keep going. That's how healing starts, one good choice at a time. If this message spoke to you, or if you've already tried one of these tips and it made a difference, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share your experience. Your story could be the encouragement someone else needs to begin their own journey. And if you haven't yet, please tap like and subscribe to Health 365. Together, we're building a community where growing older doesn't mean giving up. It means growing wiser, stronger, and yes, sleeping better too. Until next time, take care of yourself. You deserve peaceful nights and joyful mornings. And sometimes, that begins with what's on your plate.